Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srivasadi Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकधा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोन् श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदेवं प्रणमामि श्री चैतन्य। Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you for Sunday IYF program. Before starting, I request blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas here to kindly bless me so that the right words come to the right time for the glorification of Supreme Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj in his prayers says, Tasmad vigata viklava ishwarasya sarvatmano mahigranam yatam anisham nicho jaya guna visarga anupravishta poyeta hena upmam hanuvarnitena. Yes. So Prahlad Maharaj says, my Lord, I have been forced into this material world, undergoing the difficulties of so much difficulties is there in this world, being thrown in the modes of material nature. But as far as my abilities goes, I like to glorify you, because that is a way of getting purified. So the Lord comes and performs various pastimes so that his devotees can glorify the Supreme Lord and re-establish their lost relationship. Of course, pure devotees have already established their relationship, but it's for those who have lost. The Lord helps them to reunite with Him by glorifying His pastimes. Yes. So, coming, there is a very huge festival coming ahead, Narasimha Chaturdashi. So let us discuss some lessons from Narasimha Leela. So this PPT I got from Mr. Radheshyam Prabhu. So I will repeat whatever I have heard. So before beginning, 7th canto holds the major pastimes of Lord Prahlad, devotee Prahlad. Next to Lord's pastime, Prahlad Maharaj was second place in occupying the pages of Bhagavatam. That shows how much special is Prahlad and his teachings. So at the end of 6th canto, so Diti, who is the mother of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, was aggrieved that my two sons have got killed because the Supreme Lord in favor of Indra, my two sons have got killed. So she thought Indra is the cause. So then she wanted to beget a child who can kill Indra. So then she approached her husband her husband very trickily engaged her in the devotion service. Yeah? So after that, whatever vrata that her husband had told her, so after which her desire of killing Indra got gone away. Yeah? And she was pregnant, and Indra, being very much insecure that what if this child in the womb kills me, he happened to enter the womb and cut the embryo into many pieces. 49 pieces he cut. Then miraculously all the 49 became different personalities altogether. That is the power of devotion service that deity had done. Yeah? And these 49 happens to be Maruts, who are brothers of Indra, who happen to take birth in that way. I told, we are all your brothers, we are not any harm of you. Then along with Maruts, Indra went away. Then after this, in the beginning of 7th canto, Parikshit Maharaj had a question to Sukadeva Goswami. He says, "Oh my dear Sukadeva Maharaj, how is it the Lord being neutral and Lord being equal to everyone? How is it that he takes the side of demigods and kills demons?" So this doubt has arisen in me. Kindly kindly make me free from this doubt. How can the Supreme Lord be partial to anyone? Yeah. When Sukadeva Goswami heard this question, immediately glorified. "Oh, your question is amazing. This question leads to the topics of the Lord and his devotee." And all glories to Parikshit Maharaj, due to which we got this wonderful pastime of Lord Narasimha and Prahlad in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes. And Sukadeva Goswami, in answer to this, he says, "Oh, Parikshit, the Supreme Lord is beyond, is Nirguna, is beyond all three modes. Yeah? He doesn't have a material body like us, due to which he don't have any hatred or attachment, because he is beyond all those." Yes? Yeah? And he says, my dear King Parikshit, the material qualities, Sattva-guna, Raja-guna and Tama-guna, all belong to the material world and do not even touch the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These three gunas act by increasing or decreasing simultaneously. Yeah? And he says, when the qualities of goodness is prominent, the sages and demigods flourish with the help of that quality, with which they are infused and surcharged with the Supreme Lord. Similarly, when the mode of passion is prominent, the demons flourish. And when ignorance is prominent, yakshas and rakshasas flourish. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in everyone's heart, fostering the reaction of Sattva-guna, Raja-guna and Tama-guna. Yes? Yeah. So Sukadeva Goswami is telling that actually Supreme Lord is not the cause of one's indifferent situation. It is living entity itself is the cause of the situation. The Prabhupada given an example, just like a person who is deceased, yeah, he suffers. So now the question is whether who is the cause, whether disease is the cause or the person is the cause. The person is the cause who has infected the disease. Yeah, yeah. So similarly, the living entity infected by three modes undergoes different situation, and Lord simply fosters those situation. Yeah, as per the living entity's infection towards the modes of nature, the living entity suffers. Yeah, and even Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that what he says, "Samam sarva bhuteshu Name deshostina priya he bhajanti tumam bhaktya mahiti deshu chapiham." Yeah. So Supreme Lord says, I am equal to everyone. Yes, I don't have any enemy or friend. But one who worship me in devotion, I reciprocate accordingly. Yeah. And Prabhupada says, without this reciprocation, there is no question of personalist philosophy. Yes. So without this reciprocation Supreme Lord has towards his devotees, there is no question of personalist philosophy. Yeah. So I'd like to begin with this wonderful sloka that Prahlad in the uh, Hari Varsha, he actually glorifies Narsimdev in this sloka. So all of you can repeat Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya Namas Tejas Tejase Avirbhava Vajranaka Vajradamstra Karmashayan Randaya Tamo Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Atmani Bhuista Om Shram. Yes. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Narsimdev, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possess nails and teeth just like thunderbolt, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our heart and drive away our ignorance so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. So Prahlad Maharaj is actually guiding us, all of us, on what we should get rid of to become peaceful, and whom to take help to get rid of. What is the demon? That is our material desires, which are infected with a mode of enjoying this world, lauding this material nature. Yes, it's not so easy to get over. From time immemorial, we are in this world, and the mentality to enjoy this world is deep rooted. What I get. So anything we do, we actually see what I get. Correct. So devoid of the Supreme Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj is actually praying to Lord Narsimdev to actually help to get out of this fruity mentality, which is the cause of struggle in this material world. And in the purport also, Prabhupada explains that Kumaras actually prays Yatpada Pankaja Palasa Vilasa Bhaktyam Karma Shayam Gatitam Udgratayanti Santa Tadvinna Rikta Matayo Yatayo Piruddha Shotho Ganastamarunam Bhajava Sudevam. So Kumara says that this hard-knotted desire for enjoying this material world is so deep-rooted that even Gnanis, Yogis cannot uproot it. On the other hand, Bhaktas can easily uproot it because they take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Yes. So we have to actually pray to Lord Narsimdev to get freed from this desire to enjoy the material world, and that's what will make us actually not determined in devotion service. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya aparta chetasam vyasayatmaka buddhi samadho na vidiyate. The simple reason that we lack determination in executing pure devotion service is our tendency to have bhoga and Aishwarya. Yes, and Hiranyakashipu personified these two things. Hiranya means gold and Kashipu means soft bed. Yes, so money and women, these two things actually divert one from pure devotion service. Correct? Just like and these material desires which are there in the heart are like broken pieces of glasses, you see. So broken pieces of glasses, either it is useless, on top of it is very dangerous. So only Prahlad Maharaj prays, Dhruva Maharaj prays, Sthanabhilashi tapasi stitoham tvam praptavan deva munindra ghuyam kachan vichantvan api divya ratnam swamin kritatosmi varam nayache. He says, my dear Lord, I had actually come in search of broken pieces, but I got the Divya Ratnam only. So Dhruva Maharaj at the end, because he was in connection with the Lord, he was able to realize that his desire to attain a kingdom greater than demigod is like a broken piece of glass. Yes. So, so we have to take help of the Lord and make our mind free from this, so that the mind freed from material desire is very comfortable to actually perform devotion service. Yeah? Just like when you are actually have taken prasadam, yeah? If the floor is unclean, when you step over it, you feel so uncomfortable. But if the floor is completely cleaned, you feel very nice. Similarly, mind being free from all the material desires to enjoy this material world and have released in service to Lord Krishna and devotees, yeah, he is peaceful. Yeah, yeah. So only Prahlad Maharaj says after this, Swastastu Vishwasya Kala Prasiditam Dhyayanta Bhutani Kalo Mitodiya Manasya Bhadram Bhadatam Adhokshute Anvaishidam No Matirapyu Haitiki. He says, let all the envious entities be pacified. Kala Prasidita. Let all the envious entities become pacified. He is actually praying. How? Manasya Bhadram Bhadatam Adhokshute. By actually engaging in your devotion service. Yeah. Yes. So the devotees actually pray, let every living entity engage in devotion service and get rid of this envious mentality. Yeah. And he is saying, and Prahlad Maharaj is saying then, Manasya Bhadram Anvaisitam Apyu Mathurapyu Haitiki. Let my consciousness be ahaituki, be unmotivated and unalloyed in fixing on you. Yes. So like that. So 3 lessons from Narsim Lila. Yeah. So some lessons from Hiranyakashipu. See by seeing Hiranyakashipu, what you can understand. What is he? I and mine. Yes. He's very pride. See, I have got the whole universe. Whole universe is in my hand. I can enjoy like anything. Yes. Yeah. So Hiranyakashipu personifies pride. Correct? Yeah. And he wants to become Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Yeah. I am everything. I want to become Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Like, yes. Yeah. In Ishopanishad, Srila Prabhupada comments that there is one cunning fellow, Hiranyakashipu. He had one-sided approach. One-sided approach. What is that? So all of us have 2 sides to our life. One is material life and another is spiritual life. Correct? Yeah. So material life includes upkeep of the body, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. And spiritual life involves connection to the Supreme Lord. Yes, our longing to the Supreme Lord. Yes, our service to the Supreme Lord. Yeah, how we cultivate these things. Yes, yeah. But Hiranyakashipu want to simply enjoy. Yeah, yeah, yes. So we have to have a balance between these two, material and spiritual life. Prabhupada gives a wonderful example, just like a businessman, yes, riding in the motor car, yeah, he sits in the car, yes, supervises its running, yes, and advises the driver where to go, yes, he knows how much gasoline is there, yeah, he knows everything about the car, but still he is apart from the car, yes, and he is more concerned with his business. Even while riding in the car, he thinks of his business. Correct? So he has no connection with the car, although he sits within the car. Similarly, this body is like that machine given to us by the Supreme Lord. Yeah? Being in this, we have our duties to take care of this body, but our main business is to re-establish our relationship with the Supreme Lord. Correct? Yes. Similarly, when Srila Prabhupada also, when went to America, he saw and he commented, see, these fellows have smooth roads, and big skyscraper building, yes, fat salaries, very high communication system, yes. And what is happening? Universities are producing hippies. Yeah. With all this, ultimately what they are producing? Hippies. Yeah. So why? Because they have Lakshmi, but they have forgotten Narayana. Yeah. So this one-side approach is very dangerous. Yeah. In all of our life, we should utilize this material body, yes, so that we can actually attain the true position of becoming a servant of the Supreme Lord. That is the topmost blissful situation that any one of us can aspire at any point in time. Because all of us want to become servant of someone or the other, correct? So why don't we actually plan our life in a way that we become good servants of Supreme Lord? Yeah, or else we have to become servant either here or somewhere. Yeah. The first lesson, divine versus demonic. Yes. So all of us we are struggling with this two mentality within us. Yeah. Yeah. There is a struggle to go from demonic mentality to divine mentality. Yes. So demonic, yes, I, me, mine. So Hiranyakashipu was personifying this. I, me, mine. Everything is mine. Yes. Yeah. And even in Bhagavad Gita also we see Dhritarashtra. Yeah. He was so much self-conscious, and that extends to his son Duryodhana. Yeah. And he in the first sloka only tell Mahamaka Pandava Sheva. He separated. Yeah. The separatist mentality comes when is too much bodily conscious. Yeah. Whatever is mine, it should be very secure. No one should disturb that. If they disturb, then anger arises. Correct? Yeah. So, on the other hand, you will see even Duryodhana also. He calculated so in the beginning of the battle. He identified everyone, the strengths of the opposite team. Yeah, and also he identified some strengths within his team. Yeah, at the end, you see, Duryodhana was not able to recognize Krishna's presence in the Pandavas. Yeah, so demonic mentality is that we always forget Krishna in our calculation. Krishna in our calculation, correct? For example, you see this boatman. Once what boatman was there, yeah. He Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Gaurangi Balanguru Ishwar ki jai, Gaurnitai ki jai. This boatman was thinking, if I become a king, what I will do? I will make a big sack of sand, packed in big sacks, and I will keep it on the bank so that I can fish nicely. Yes. So if he has become a king and is thinking to fish by making nice comfortable bank. Yeah. So similarly, people without connection to God, they make big plans to become big. But ultimately, they are hooked to sense gratification only. They don't know beyond that. Yes. Yeah. Like that. Because Nate vidu swartagatam me Vishnu. They don't know the real self-interest that lies in pleasing Lord Vishnu. Yeah. And Prahlad Maharaj also says, what he says? He says, actually, the enjoyment one gets by contact between sense and sense objects is easily available everywhere. Yeah. There is no difference between the enjoyment that we actually get from this body or any other animal gets that pleasure. There is no difference. Yeah. Yeah. But being in human form, we have an opportunity to rise above that and attain Brahma Saukyam. Yes. The happiness in contact with the Supreme Lord. Yes. Yeah. On the other hand, we see Prahlad Maharaj. He was so selfless. Yeah. He always thought of Supreme Lord Narasimha, and he was least anxious because he experienced the shelter of the Supreme Lord. So much Hiranyakashipu did, but he was never disturbed. So one who is fixed in consciousness on the Supreme Lord is not disturbed in the upheavals of this world. Yeah. Yes. So divine represents selflessness and demonic represents selfish. Yeah. And penance, material and spiritual. Yeah. Yeah. So in Bhagavatam, there is a wonderful sloka which says, Dharma swanasita pumsa vikshakshena katasya na utpadayadiratim shamayavi kevalam. So all the hard labor which not ends up in actually thinking or connecting to the Supreme Lord, it's simply a useless hard labor. So only Krishna comes and teaches us how to connect to Him through Karma Yoga chapters we can see in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So Krishna says, Ma manusmara yuddhacha, think of me and perform your duties. Yeah, certainly we all have our duties, but if we are doing divide of the Supreme Lord's uh, favor, yeah, our activities are binding us. Yeah. So we see Hiranyakashipu, he did so much austerities, hundreds of years austerities. Yeah, yeah, and finally such a way that his body is almost eaten up by ants, and fire is coming out because of that so much austere yoga. Yes, and finally Brahma has to come to pacify him. So these demigods, they have the responsibility of fulfilling the desires. Yeah. So Brahmaji came, Hiranyakashipu, you have done so much austerity, what do you want? So Hiranyakashipu actually asked for everything. He asked, I want to become immortal. And Brahmaji told her, I am only mortal. How can I give you something which I don't have? Please ask something else. And Hiranyakashipu very trickily asked many boons. I need not to be killed by any animal, any weapon, neither inside, outside, neither above or land or in water, living, unliving, neither by any weapon. Yeah. So Brahmaji happened to give. Okay, Tatasu, he gave. Yeah. But ultimately, you see, he was always dissatisfied. Why? Because Hiranyakashipu was not having control over his senses. Yeah. So that means what? No matter what, if one has not have control over his senses, he will always be dissatisfied. Yeah. So only Prahlad Maharaj says, Sadha samudvigna dhyam asadgrahat. One who is intelligent is fixed in asadgraha, this body, is always anxious. Yeah. Always anxious. Yeah. So on the other hand, Prahlad Maharaj, yeah, he was always fixed in the Supreme Lord. He was always thinking of Supreme Lord, due to which he was not disturbed by what his father was doing to him. Yeah, he was tolerating all the disturbances that he was undergoing because he was fixed in the Supreme Lord. Yeah, yeah, yes. So the Lord is the only supreme controller. See, finally the destination of Hiranyakashipu. How he is in the hand of Lord Narasimhadev. Yeah, yes. So Prahlad Maharaj says that in his prayer, my Lord, in the form of time, everything is getting devoured. A smooth skin is turning to wrinkle. Yes, white hair is turning to black. Yeah. So the white hair, black hair is turning to white. Yeah. Black hair is turning to white. Yes. So this is the effect of the time which you say in Bhagavad Gita, Kalosmi, I am that time. Yeah. Yeah. So we see from time immemorial, everyone is trying to occupy this earth. Yeah. In Bhumi Gita, there is a wonderful narration where Bhumi prays. Yeah. She says, after conquering all the lands on my surface, these proud kings forcibly enter the ocean to conquer even the ocean. What is the use of their self-control, which is aimed at political exploitation? The actual goal of self-control is spiritual liberation. O best of the Kurus, the earth continued. Although in the past great men and their descendants have left me departing from this world in the same helpless way they came into it, even today foolish men are trying to conquer me. Yeah. So as a small child, when it comes out, what it does? Helplessly it will be wavering his limbs. Yeah. But when the same living entity is about to die out of disease, he will be wavering. Yeah. In between these two shaking positions, in between, living entity thinks, I am the Lord of this universe. Yeah. And even after seeing so many examples in the past, no one could conquer. No one could conquer. Yeah, this world. Yeah. But still, the living entity foolishly try to conquer, yeah, lord over this material nature. Yeah, yes, and so much fight between brothers, relatives for the land, between two shaking position. Yeah, so in the contemporary world also we see how Hitler and Alexander, yeah, who happened to who want to conquer the whole world, yeah? But what was their destination? Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah. So only Supreme Lord is Supreme Controller of all the living entities. Yeah, yeah. So in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Ajopisan Avyayatma Bhutanam Ishwaropisan Prakritim Swam Adhisthaya Sambhavami Atma Maya. So the Supreme Lord is Aja, unborn. So living entities might tell, I am also unborn. Avyayatma, the Supreme Lord has imperishable body, and we also have imperishable body. But only thing is we have given up that and we have taken perishable body. But the living entity also has imperishable body. Yeah. But what next line Krishna says? Bhutanam Ishwaropisan. I am the controller of all the living entities. This no one can tell. I am the controller of all living entity. No one can tell this. Yeah. So the purpose of human existence is actually get purified of these three things. What are the three? Controller, proprietor, enjoyer. Bhaktaram Yagnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Gatmam Mam Shantim Rachati. Yes. If one is purified of these three mentalities, then one can become peaceful. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The more we try to control this world, the more we get frustrated and entangled. Yeah. So ultimately, in spite of having the whole universe, yeah, the Hiranyakashipu was always remained servant of his senses. Yeah. Yeah. And we can also see how the people now they are trying for artificial intelligence. Yeah, yeah. But thing is, themselves are getting trapped in that. Yeah. So many devices people make to control this world, but they get trapped in that only. Yeah. Yes, law of material world. Big troubles small and vice versa. Yeah. So big troubles small, we know, and vice versa. How small troubles big. Yeah. Yes. Small troubles are big. Yeah. Just like one example is there is lion, which is in the cave. When it comes out, exactly at that point, one birds before lion, it knows when the lion comes out, it will be quacking, and all the animal which is meant for lion's prey, it runs away. So much, it's a small bird, and when lion comes out, it sits on the neck, and the lion cannot do anything. Yeah, yeah, lion cannot do anything. Even small can become a big trouble for in this world. But there is one more thing. Even the small, the so-called big cannot do anything. The so-called big cannot do anything to the small if the small takes the shelter of the biggest. Yeah. When Prabhupada told Brahmananda Swami, hey, go and catch that crab running. He was quite fat, he was running. And the crab immediately went into the ocean. So Brahmananda Swami could not actually catch. Then Prabhupada asked, you know why? Though you might be very big in front of crab, but crab took shelter of the biggest ocean, so you cannot do anything. Yeah? Yes. And also, all of you see this fish in the water. Yeah? High current, but the fish very against the current it is going. Yeah? But the very current can swipe away big elephants. Yeah? Similarly, in our life, if we take shelter of the Supreme Lord, yeah, then nothing can disturb us. Yeah? Yeah. So these are the few lessons we learned from Hiranyakashipu. The divine versus demonic. Yeah, there is always a struggle to go from demonic mentality to divine mentality. Divine selfless and demonic selfish. Yes, and material and spiritual. Correct. The penances, as we discussed, if their activities are not actually leading to get taste to hear about the Lord, their activities he uses labor. Yeah. On the other hand, the spiritual activity, Krishna says, Neha vikramanastosti pratyavayuna vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Yeah? Even a little endeavor on this path can actually save one from greatest danger of fear. On the other hand, no matter how much we do to increase material comforts, ultimately it ends in destruction only. At the time everything is devoured. Yeah? And Supreme Lord is the only controller. Understanding this, we can become peaceful. Yeah? Yeah? And by taking shelter of the biggest, Supreme Lord, no one can actually disturb us in our devotion service. Yeah. Lessons from Narsimdev. Yeah. So here is a question. So Lord Narsimdev came for Bhakta Uddhar or Asura Samhar. Yeah? The pure devotee is in contact with the Supreme Lord by hearing his pastimes, glorifying him, which is non-different from him. Yeah? The devotees are already in contact with the Supreme Lord because they are always thinking of the Supreme Lord. That is the beauty. Yeah? By actually chanting, hearing, we are actually in contact with the Lord. Yeah? Yes? So the devotees are already liberated. So does he come for Bhakta Uddhar? Asura Samhar, does he come for it? He can use his energy. Parasasakte vividhaiva suryate. Yeah? He has immense energies. So he can utilize his energies. So what is the use of coming here in order to kill demons? That can be done by his energies. Yeah? If not, what is the real reason? Prema Bhakti Prachar. The Lord comes actually to teach all living entities by his loving reciprocation with his devotees. Yeah? Yeah? He comes to reciprocate with his devotees, to have loving exchanges. Yeah? Seeing which the conditional living entities can realize how beautiful the relationship with the devotee and the Lord. You see? For all time to come, Prahlad Maharaj, so now Lord Narsimdev came to teach everyone that I am there always to my devotees. Yeah? Kaunte pratyajani namay bhakta pranashyati. It's a great assurance that Lord Narsimdev gives. Yeah? See here? It's lion and cub. Yeah? Actually they are relishing each other's exchange. Huh? Because both are of same nature. Yeah? Yes? Similarly, the Lord and devotees are of same nature. Yeah? So they exchange loving relationship. Yeah? So in order to actually come to the platform of devotion service, we have to come above 3 modes. Yeah? Come above 3 modes. Actually, till the time we are under 3 modes, yeah? Actually, we cannot experience the true love of Supreme Lord. Yeah? Krishna says, Mamcha bicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatittaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Yes? Yeah? Being in this world, all the difficulties and struggle that encounters on the path of bhakti, if we can try to be determined to perform our devotion service, then actually we can come above these 3 modes. Yeah? Yes? And then what? We come to at the level of soul, Brahma Bhuya Kalpate. Yeah? Then at that platform, the true reciprocation with the Supreme Lord begins. Yeah? Just like fire if you want to enter fire, you have to become fire. Yeah? Similarly, if you want to engage in direct relationship with the Supreme Lord, the Lord is beyond three modes. Being under three modes, we cannot actually contact the Lord. So the bhakti is a process to come out of three modes, and bhakti is a way to connect to the Lord. Both ends and means are same. Through bhakti, we come about three modes, and bhakti is what connects to Supreme Lord. Yes, so all the contradictions are resolved in the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord, yes. You see, the Supreme Lord is touching Prahlad Maharaj with his lotus-like hand. With the lotus-like hand, there is nails which are like sharp cutting-edge tool. Huh? Yes, both are in the hands of the Supreme Lord. So both contradictions resolved in the hand of Supreme Lord. Lotus and sharp chisel cutting. Yeah. Yes, and also in the scriptures, it is mentioned that moon and sun are the two eyes of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. So moon represents to cooling eye, and sun represents to hot eye. So hot and cool both are there. With one cooling eye, Lord is bestowing his glance on the Prahlad Maharaj. With another hot eye, he is very angry at Hiranyakashipu, who did so much torture to Prahlad. Yeah, yeah. And also, the Lord is very, very far, also very near. Brahma Samhita says, Golok eva nivasati akilatma bhuto. Yeah? The Lord is very far, but is there in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Yeah? So, when it comes to devotion service, all confusion ceases to exist. Yeah? Yes? All confusions, all bewilderment ceases to exist. So even Arjuna confirmed this in Bhagavad Gita. He says, 18.73, Nashto moham smritir labda tvat prasadam mayachuta sitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. My Lord, all my bewilderment, confusion have gone. Yeah? Yeah? Why? Because of your mercy. Yes? And whatever you say, I will execute now. Yes? Yes? So similarly, when we attain the platform of pure devotion, all our confusions will go away. Yeah? All our confusions will go away. And our focus will be only the Supreme Lord, how to please Him. Yeah. Cheating. Yeah? One who tries to cheat God, God cheats him. So Krishna says, I am the greatest of all cheaters. Yeah? In fact, Krishna was stealing butter in Vrindavan. Yeah, no one can cheat him. Yeah? Because he is there in everyone's heart as super soul. Every inclination that we have, he knows. Yeah? Yes? Yeah? So Hiranyakashipu tried many ways in order to become control of the whole universe. Yeah? But all his attempts was not successful. Yeah? Yeah? So, by knowing that the plan of the Lord of this world, in this world, by giving this body, is to go back to Godhead. But the living entity does every way to cheat this plan of the Lord and try to stay here. Yeah? Yes? So, we should actually use this body in such a way that Supreme Lord is pleased. If he sees, if he understands, finally this living entity has utilized this precious body to think of me, to hear about me, yeah, to glorify me, yes, yeah, then our life is successful. Yeah. When Supreme Lord is pleased with our endeavor to please Him, then our life is successful. So only, this mind so simple. Bhagavatam says, Akama sarva kamaha moksha kama udaridi tivrena bhakti yogene jate purusham param. Whether we are full of desires, not desires, if one is completely rid of all desires. But what? Tivrena bhakti yogena. Yeah? If one intensely practices one's devotion service, yeah, then what? Ejante purusham param. In that way, one can please the Supreme Lord. Yeah? So we have it in our hand. Prabhupada has given such a wonderful process. Yeah? We might not know how to please the Lord. The Prabhupada has given us the process. Yeah? So every day chanting is there, 16 rounds, Mangalarti, yes? Yeah? Though it is difficult in the initial stage, but if we do our best in performing the simple process, you see, Lord is pleased. When Lord is pleased, automatically we are pleased. Yeah. So our happiness, actually it is not in our hand. It is in the Lord's hand. Yeah. By pleasing the Lord, we can become happy. Yes. Anger. Yeah. So Narsimdev personifies anger. Yeah. If Lord becomes angry, can you just think of? He does everything in very. So Lord becomes anger. But you see, if Lord becomes anger, Hiranyaksha got delivered. He got liberated. Yeah. Yeah. But on the other hand, when we become anger, it will bind us. Lord has already confirmed. 3 gates to hell: lust, greed, anger. Yeah. That is the beauty of the Lord. Yeah. Whatever Lord does, it is purifying, because he is not touched by the 3 modes. His anger is not instigated by mode of passion. Yeah. Furious and angry, Lord Narasimha caught Hiranyakashipu and let out a roar as he carried Hiranyakashipu to the doorway during twilight. Yeah. Yes. Now we are coming to the climax. And then easily Lord Narasimha, without using any weapons, tore Hiranyakashipu to pieces with the tip of the fingernail as sharp as cutting tool. The Lord killed the demon in the doorway, not inside or outside. So, who can cheat Supreme Lord? No one can cheat. It was twilight, not day or night. Yeah, he had asked neither day neither night. So Lord surpassed all his conditions. Yeah, finally he did the supreme surgery. Yeah. And that was the Lord appeared as a half man, half lion, neither human, neither animal. Yes. Yeah. So Narasimha was so angry. Yeah, the demigods could not pacify him. Yes. So we see the lessons we learned from Narasimha. Actually, Lord comes neither for Bhakta Uddhar nor for Asura Samar, but Prema Bhakti Prachar, to have loving reciprocation with his devotees, to teach the whole world about devotional service. Yeah. And all the contradictions are resolved in the Supreme Lord. Yeah. Similarly, whatever confusions we have, if we simply take to devotional service, all the confusions will go away by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. And no one can cheat the Supreme Lord. Yeah. So to the degree we utilize this human body to actually develop our last relationship with the Lord, yeah, that is the way wherein we can please the Lord. Yeah. And our anger binds us, but Lord's anger liberates. Yeah. Okay. So lessons from Prahlad. Oh, so here comes. Yeah. So Prahlad Maharaj is known for his missionary spirit. Yeah. So his spiritual life begin in the womb. His spiritual life begin in the womb. That shows that there is no impediments in actually performing devotional service. There is no impediments. Yeah. Even in the womb, one can actually develop bhakti. Yeah. But see, in this world, so much struggle one has to undergo to get big degrees. Yeah. For bhakti, even in the womb, one can access. Yeah. 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 So Prahlad Maharaj, when Hiranyakashipu was frustrated with what Prahlad Maharaj is telling, finally he told Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnu. What is the best thing you learn? Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Yeah? Hiranyakashipu was infuriated. What is this? Who have taught you? Sangama, come here. What have you taught my son? teach him some diplomatics, teach him how to earn money by hook or crook. And what is this? What is selling Shavanam Kirtanam? Yeah. So Chandan Marka, they took Prahlad Maharaj and he trained in every way. He trained in every way, yes. And finally, Hiranyakashipu asked, what have you learned? Matirna Krishna Parato Swataha. You cannot understand what I am telling. You cannot understand what I am telling. Either by your endeavor or others' endeavor are combined. You cannot understand what I am telling. Mito pipadyeta grahabhratanam adhanta gopir. Why? Because you have uncontrolled senses. Adhanta gopir. And punascharvita charonanam. You are actually chewing what you have left. So you cannot understand. Hiranyakashipu became very angry. And he did various ways to kill Prahlad. But all his attempts were thwarted like anything. Yes. And finally he became very morose. What is this? This small fellow, he is not able to do anything. He got frustrated. And Chandan Namaka, they came and no, don't worry. He's a small child, let him go. Later he will understand. Let us wait till Shukracharya comes. Then Prahlad Maharaj was sent to school again, and every day Chandan Malka was teaching them. Whenever the break time comes, Prahlad Maharaj used to bring all the friends who are getting attracted to Prahlad Maharaj, you see. Their nature is to play, but Prahlad was so much attractive, they left all the play and they used to come to Prahlad Maharaj to hear from him. Yes. And Prahlad Maharaj told to his friends, he said, my dear friends, you see, the first 10 years of us is gone in childish activity, bewilderment. We don't know what to do, what not to do. Second 10 years goes in playing. And the last 20 years goes in old age. Because of uncontrolled sense, even in between, we sleep a lot. And so that responsibility, this responsibility. Altogether in our human life, everything is gone. And again we have to take birth in another womb. So why to waste this human life like that? Yes. So he actually told, with all this endeavor, the result is zero. So why don't we try to please the Lord, who is very easily pleased? The Supreme Lord is very, very easily pleased. So much effort goes in actually taking care of children, family, life. So much. Even then, we cannot satisfy. But on the other hand, the Lord has made bhakti so easily. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhakti prayachati. Even I offer a little flower, fruit, I am pleased. So Lord is ready to receive our service, even with whatever little. So why don't we become intelligent to please the Lord than endeavoring for hard struggle in this world? And very nicely, he actually spoke on the aspect of soul. Small children, he is teaching to small children, so you should know how simple he should be in teaching the concept of soul. He gave two examples, is so amazing. By these two examples, actually we can realize we are soul. He told tree is there, fruits and flowers are there. As the seasonal change undergoes, fruits will grow, it will stay for some time, it will dwindles and it will fall. Flower also grow, it will be for some time, dwindles, fall. But the tree is as it is. So Prahlad Maharaj told, similarly we have accepted this body, it grows, it remains for some time, produce some byproduct, it grows old, dwindles and dies. But the soul will never change. Soul will never change. So in pursuit of keeping this body permanent, we should not lose the need of the soul. Yeah. And who can do this? Who can understand this? One who is expert in spiritual knowledge. Yeah. So he gave one more example of a gold miner. Yeah. The gold miner is so expert, he knows by testing the soil he can understand the presence of the gold. Similarly, one who is advanced in spiritual life can understand how the spirit is existing in the body. How the spirit is existing in the body. On the other hand, a foolish person cannot understand. Yes? And he told, not only to understand this, that we are soul is all in all, but we have to advance further in spiritual knowledge. Yes? To attain the platform of pure devotion service. That is the purpose of the soul. Yeah? Not to understand soul is all in all, but act on the platform of soul. Yes? That is bhakti. So Prahlad Maharaj, his words were so pleasing. Yeah? Were so pleasing. Yeah? Yeah? All the children were, they immediately became Krishna consciousness. So three things Prahlad Maharaj happened to have this quality in actually telling this to their friend. First, it was pleasing, very pleasing to their friends, and he was compassionate. Yes. And lastly, what he told, I have got all this knowledge from my spiritual master Narada Muni. So it was authentic. Yeah. So he was actually repeating what his spiritual master had told him. Yeah. So CAP formula: C, compassionate; A, authentic; P, pleasing. CAP. Yeah. So if we have these three, then we can also become as good as Prahlad Maharaj's missionary preacher. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And one more thing he told, that if you have faith in my words, even you also can have the same knowledge which I have got. Yeah. The faith is the most important thing. Yasya deve parabhaktir yatha deve tata guru tasyaite katitarte prakashante mahatmanaha. Yeah. Yes. And we can learn how Prahlad Maharaj taught us to become a pure servant of the pure master. Yeah. So in one of his prayers he says, a servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or pure devotee. Similarly, a master who bestows benediction upon his servant because of a desire to maintain a prestigious position as master is also not a pure master. Oh my Lord, I am your unmotivated servant and you are my eternal master. There is no need for our being anything other than master and servant. You are naturally my master, I am naturally your servant. We have no other relationship. Yeah? Yeah? So Prahlad Maharaj epitomized in actually being an unalloyed devotee of the Lord. Ahitukya pratihata. Yes? Without motivation, yeah? And without interruption. Yeah? And also Mahaprabhu also teaches, na dhanam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaya mama janmani janmaneshwari bhavatat bhaktir ahaituki tvayi. Yes? Yeah, that's what this human life is meant for, to attain that pure platform of servitude to the Lord, who is the supreme master, pure master. Yeah. Other hand, one more lesson we learnt is Prahlad Maharaj was free from any malice or animosity. Yeah? So much his father did, but in the prayers he prayed for his father's liberation. Yeah? So this quality is very amazing. Yeah? That one should not develop any animosity towards any living entity. Yeah? Yeah? So we have to pray to Prahlad Maharaj that we also can get this quality. Yeah? Yeah? Here it is said, just as inferior gold is purified by heating, the devotees will purify themselves by showing lack of animosity to attain qualities like Prahlad Maharaj. And he was always meditating on the mercy he received from his Guru Narada Muni. Correct? Yeah. And he also prayed when in his prayers that evam janam napatitam prabhavikupe kama bikamam anuya prapatam prasangat katvatmasa surarisva bhagavan grahita soham katam nuvrije tavavritya sevam. Yeah. He says, "Oh my dear Lord, oh Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with material desires, one after another, I was gradually falling into a blind well, full of snakes, following the general populace. But your servant Narada Muni kindly accepted me as his disciple and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. Therefore, my first duty is to serve him. How could I leave his service?" Yeah. Isn't it all our position also like that? Yeah, we have been rotten in this material world. Somehow we have got this opportunity to actually come in association of devotees and hear about the Lord. How much we should be indebted to Srila Prabhupada? Yeah. So few lessons we learn from Prahlad. So what are those? Missionary spirit. Yeah. Even to small children, he could preach the highest philosophy with gold miner and tree example. Everyone can understand. Yeah. And Lord is pure master, and Prahlad is the pure servant who taught us the pure devotion service. Yeah. And Prahlad was never having any animosity toward his father, but rather he prayed for his father. And always he was remembering the mercy that his spiritual master showed him. Yeah. Yes. So following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, we should pray to him that let us not cultivate any enmity towards any living entity. Yeah. So let us utilize this human form for attaining the pure platform of devotion service, which is the only thing which can satisfy us. Yeah. What is that sloka? Dharma sonasa. Savai pumsam paro dharmo eto bhakti radokshate ahaituki apratiyataya atma suprasidati. Yes. So Prahlad Maharaj epitomized this sloka. Yeah. That's what will give us eternal peace, eternal joy in the service of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. With this, Hare Krishna. Yes. So if there is any question, would like to take. 9:30.
Verses it's mentioned that when he got darshan of Lord Narasimha, there the shloka says that he got completely purified from all material contamination, something like that. So Prahlad Maharaj is pure good. So how he got purified from material contamination?
Yeah, very nice question. So Prahlad Maharaj being a pure devotee, how is it that he got contaminated? And how the Lord coming and he got purified? Yeah. Yes, just yesterday I was hearing Prabhupada's lecture. So Prabhupada told, if the Lord wants to keep his hand, yes, Lord is Suddha Sattva. He will never touch anything which is material. Yeah. The Lord is putting his hand on Prahlad. Yeah. So Prahlad is already on the exalted platform. Yeah. Yes. So out of humility, so Prahlad Maharaj says that I am degraded. Yeah. That is the quality of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava thinks always low of himself. Yeah. But he is in a very exalted condition, very exalted platform. Yeah. And whatever his apparent body might have taken birth in a low family. Yeah. The body, yes. But he as a soul, had already attained pure devotion service to the Lord from the very womb. Yeah, and he had got an exalted position. By that, his body got transformed. Just like you have seen this the fire, when the iron rod contact with fire, it attains the nature of the fire. Yes, from the very womb he was practicing devotion service. So he has transcended all the modes. He was in Shuddha Sattva. So Lord touched. Lord will never touch material world. If he will touch the material world, he will do it through his energies. If at all he is touching, it has to be in Shuddha Sattva. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prashant Praji, for in just less amount of time covered the biggest canto, the canto. So my question is that this point from lessons from Prahlad, the missionary spirit, that the art of convincing classmates to take the Krishna consciousness. It always puzzling to see how even though Prahlad Maharaj spoke such lofty philosophy, I mean, 5-year-old boys speaking about family life, that this, then money is sweeter than honey, and many concepts that he speaks, even after practicing or going on in Krishna consciousness, come to realize, but how come this demoniac children born to demons are able to grasp and they dance after the class? So how to understand?
Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. That was the quality association that they got from Prahlad. You see, Prahlad from the very childhood was not interested in playing. Throughout his whatever he had, he was doing devotion service. And when he is doing devotion service, all those friends who are with him will he not get infected. Yeah. So when he was actually trying to tell about devotion to them, already he is in contact with them. It's not the first time he is telling to him. So association matters. Yeah. So much they were purified in their association. Yeah. So only as and when we are in association, we are all growing. Yeah. It's not that one point will come. Today only I will realize. No. Slowly, in association we are all growing. Yeah. We are all going above 3 modes. Yeah. So when a point comes, when I am free from all the 3 modes, then we can also dance in joy for eternity. Did I answer your question, Prabhu?
Association. So we are also having association, like we are getting your association. But the transformation what they had with the association with Prahlad Maharaj, so we also get ample amount of association. But the change what happened in those demoniac classmates, Prahlad classmates, even though we keep continuing to take association, we are not able to find that the change what happened to the classmates. So some problem in us, what it is stopping us to become purified or take benefit of association.
So the transformation was quick with respect to those students who associate with Prahlad, but why is it not happening with us? Is that a question? Okay.
What is stopping us to become like that?
Okay. So as already told, Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya apartatisam. The truth is so plain. Yeah? Unless we are having a tendency to enjoy this world, Aishwarya and Bhoga, the determination to take devotion so it doesn't take place. And since these small children were not aware of Bhoga Aishwarya, they were innocent, so they were able to take. Yes, Prahlad Maharaj says, "You are all innocent." They faithfully heard. Still that Bhoga Aishwarya mentality had not come. Yeah, so only it is very important from the very childhood to give devotion service. The first instruction of Prahlad Maharaj, Kaumaram acharet pragno dharman bhagavatam durlabha manush janma tadapi aduram artadam. Yeah? Yes. So that is the reason, Prabhu. The small children were innocent. We are not innocent. So only we are not able to dance like those children. Hare Krishna. Yes, any other question? So we'll conclude here. Thank you everyone for tolerating me. I just repeated whatever. I am myself a struggling person. So I request all of you to pray for me. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय.
Hare Krishna. So let us thank our Prashant Prabhu for so beautifully bringing our consciousness for the celebrations of Narasimha Chaturvasi. So Prabhu was speaking about contradictions. In Lord, all the contradictions are resolved. So once one devotee went to Lord Narasimha and prayed, "Oh my dear Lord, please remove all the anarthas that are present in my heart." So the Lord appeared to that devotee, and with his nails he put his in the heart and remove so much of dirt. So how the contradiction, even if the Lord puts the nails in the heart, there is no blood coming or anything. All the anarthas which are very very subtle gets removed. So that's the mercy of Lord Narasimha. So very very thankful to Prashant Prabhu for keeping our consciousness. So let us all thank Prashant Prabhu ji for so beautiful enumerating by one time loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So this on May 4th, that is on Thursday, we will be celebrating Narasimha Chaturdashi here in the temple. So requesting all of you to please come and participate. The schedule for the Narasimha Chaturdashi is already released, and tomorrow also programs are there. Aarti. Fomai on 3rd.